Like I know it's the what it is the CPAP machine.
Oh,
because it dries out my nostrils so bad.
That's why don't you have like the humid setting on that thing? Like, why don't you have?
I do.
So
it doesn't. That shit don't.
So it still dries you out.
Hell yeah.
Are you in on that lawsuit thing that's going on for CPAPs?
Yo, we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that because everybody keeps giving it like sending that to me, and I'm like, y'all don't know my life, son. You don't
No, we know it well enough.
That, yo. Huh?
We know it well enough. We know it well enough that, yeah, exactly. Look at that fucking Jimmy Dean sausage. This guy just stuck up in the fucking camera. Just,
yo, fuck you.
That's why I'm mad with it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab, get it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's where I'm at. Okay, you chasing clout, oh no way, your shit turn.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's time to get in trouble podcast. It's your boy Eddie Liles. Turns G is in the building. Yo, we are back. Lloyd Lee is at work, so as we used to do back in the day.
I was gonna say it almost feels like everything's just running right back to normal.
Feels almost normal. Feels almost fucking.
Shout out to Jeremy. What's going on, my guy?
What's up, Jimmy Blau? How you feeling, baby? Nah, no, dude. First off, do you want to start with the Gilbert thing?
We kind of have to, right? Because we're a comedy podcast. Well, it just happened. It literally just happened. We didn't miss it last week. No, it didn't happen. We did not miss it last week.
No, we didn't miss it. Like it happened after the podcast.
I was gonna say it happened after.
He died last week.
Right. Yeah. So we didn't miss it on the podcast. So we're a comedy-centric podcast. Let's talk about it. Gilbert Gottfried died at 67 years old after suffering from, I guess, like a chronic muscle disease. I still haven't read what the disease has been. I just keep reading that it's some sort of like ongoing chronic illness / muscle disease, but that's about the extent of it.
Yeah, he like, all right, so it's like I know it's a genetic thing, and I know it's also why he didn't like being out. Like when he used to come out for shows, like it was something like he did, like, you know what I'm saying, like most veteran comics, they don't like sticking out, they don't like staying around after their show or whatever. But it was something like he would do like 1-day shows sometimes because like he knew he could push through for a one shower or some shit like that. Like he wouldn't do like the big weekends. He wouldn't do like the long weekends with people, even if his shows sold out, because like he had to be back in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had, but his disease has been going, like his disease was happening for a while. It wasn't like this joint was recent.
Yeah. And that's why I said, like, it's one of those things that you've known about for a while. It's just still kind of, I guess, unexpected in that, man. But in all honesty, it's like as much of an icon as he is in the comedy world, I couldn't name 2 jokes off this dude. He's so much more of a voice in characters and such for me and what I grew up with him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, yo. Like, yeah, I've never seen Gilbert Gottfried on stage.
Yeah, I couldn't do one of his jokes.
Yeah,
and that's no disrespect.
But that, I mean, like, who's the other white comic that's like that, whose voice was iconic? And I thought it was his actual voice. No, from Police Academy.
Oh, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Maybe we owe money.
Yeah.
That almost like weird Marvin the Martian like twist to, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me the space count modulator. Like that level of like weird draw in his voice, right? You like that? That's a good little Marvin the Martian there. But yeah, he had that like that little thing, but no, he speaks normal. But that's the same thing with Gilbert, right? Is Gilbert, and even you go into our era of new-ish nowadays comics and Larry the Cable Guy. That's not his actual voice. That's nowhere near what
I think that's his voice. I don't think that's for real.
That's not even his voice at all.
I thought that was his voice. I thought the
No,
character was just
nope.
learning to get
All
yeah.
of that is part of the character, the whole persona that he's
Wow.
he has a flat Midwestern accent in real life.
Yo,
Just
so there used to be a dude out here. There used to be not out here. I'm sorry. There used to be a dude in Baltimore who used to do that. Like he had like a country accent, and I thought this motherfucker was country as shit. And everybody was like, "Nah, that nigga's from like Jersey or some shit." Like I was like, "What?" But people put on these accents, and then they be known more for the accent or the way that they talk. But I mean, like Godfrey, I didn't know he was a. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know he was a stand up until he was at. It was when I was still feeling like you motherfuckers about people that have a name and then they get into comedy, and I thought Godfrey was doing that. I didn't know he was a comic that
mm,
wasn't like jumped into like you know what I'm saying into the movies and stuff. I thought
yeah,
he was just like some random dude from the movies that you know what I'm saying. Like so, I
yeah.
think I said it. I think I said it or something like that. Somebody was like, "Nah, dude, that dude's actually like a
Yeah,
legit."
he was like legit in the 80s and had his time on different late night shows. And I guess somebody was talking about how like he did one late night appearance and I guess just made it super uncomfortable by just doing his voice and just kept thanking the crowd for applause. Like that was like the whole shtick, you know what I mean? But he killed with just that. And it's like, what the okay.
I mean, dude, it doesn't matter what you kill with anymore. Like, I'm being honest with you, bro. I
No, it
know
doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter what you kill with, bro. As long as you
No.
kill. No. Pause. As long as it's not stolen and you kill.
Yep.
You know what
I
I
was
mean?
gonna
Like,
say, yeah. I don't care anymore because it's I know like okay, I care in some aspects in that I want you to respect the craft in that I think you should be trying. I think you
right,
should be putting yourself out there and putting something into it, not sticking with the same stale 30-minute
right.
act, whatever the case. However you get your bone, your groove, I know so many people hate on like Bert Kreischer because he does the shirtless stick, stuff like that. And it's
Bro,
like, look, man,
nah.
like if it gets them laughs, if it gets asses in seats as part of the thing, I
Yes.
don't care, man. Like
No,
look at all the different theme shows that we as comics run to keep
yeah,
relevancy within that same realm. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
look at it no different.
So I was actually listening to Bert Kreischer. I think he was on Andrew Schultz podcast, the Flagrant 2. And he was talking about like how he thinks like comics need one thing to boost them, and
Mhm.
then you just need the backlog to be able to stay up, right? And he was basically saying like his machine joke was that was his booster, right? He did the machine joke, it goes out on YouTube, and it fucking he like takes over, right? Like not you know what I mean, right? He blows up
Mhm.
comedic wise on YouTube and stuff like that. But then he was already doing jokes, so he had the backlog to keep it going. And I'm like, son. So like literally, and I tell people this, I tell all the comics out here, oh no, I keep using the movie theater joke. Oh, it's
Yeah.
not, it's not. Like, bro, like when I'm and I'll be honest, it's mostly when I'm like in front of a new crowd or something like that, or if I'm like performing at a new place. Yeah, because I want everybody to know that's my joke. That's one.
Plus
And
you
two,
haven't
it's
done you haven't done a special yet
and I
either.
haven't
You
done
know
a
what I'm
special.
saying? Like that's same with me,
Exactly.
right? Like I haven't done a special to burn some of these jokes. And it's
Right.
been kind of nice too going back sitting in a spot where I can actually go back and look at old clips that I've taken and old notebooks and flipping through that just to go through and say, "Hey, what can I do with this shit now? And
Right.
how does this go?" You know what I'm
But that's
saying? Like
and that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like we don't know what that you don't know what that bump is gonna be. You don't know
exactly.
where that boost, where that jetpack is gonna come from. It can come from one day, put like and I like I'll be honest, I was looking at comics that were putting out jokes out on Instagram, and I think we talked about this before. Like if you're doing running a freestyle and it's not a full joke, maybe like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, then I understand it. When comics putting out their full bits, I'm like, all right. But
Yeah.
I also gotta say, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm starting to realize, like, we got as we get older in this shit, you gotta understand that everybody's path is
It's
different. And
so
stop
different.
just saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when black people are like, yo, like black people aren't monolithic. except when black people are monolithic. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, comics aren't monolithic. There's no right path for comedy, except when there's a right path for comedy. Like, come on, son. You know what I mean? So it's like, if niggas if people want to put out their clips, are they set? Let the motherfuckers put out the clips of their set, because at the end of the day, we don't know if it's going to be the Godfrey voice or the machine joke, or you know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to blow a comic up. And if that comic has the backlog, motherfucker, keep running.
Yep. And that's my thing, man, is like that definitely takes a lot to actually live that part, right? Of okay, there's no blueprint to this shit, and everybody's path is different. But when you finally start to come to grips with that, I feel like that frees you up to do more of you on the stage. It takes that fear away, because you're like, you know what? I could bomb every night this year, and it's not going to matter a lick of shit, because I'm trying new shit. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that. But if worst case scenario, I'm eating shit every night of the week for an entire year because I'm trying out new shit, that ain't nothing. That's nothing in the grand scheme of it.
You eat a dick every night for a year. I'm gonna be honest. That's the wrong path, homie. That's
no, just keep hammering away. Hammering away. That's the best way to do it.
On stage for an entire year,
half the year.
Quit.
Half the year.
You should
quit.
I'll
go half the year.
Nah, you at least need one good set every 2 months. Like you can't have every set you do for the next 2 months be bad and then be like, no.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't come at me.
1 or 2 sets a month, and that was your fault anyway.
Don't analyze this shit and try to hit me with math about it. You got my goddamn gist. All right. So anyways,
I don't want you to break out that excuse. I bombed for a whole year straight.
No, but it really is that tranquility and being like, you know what, none of this is gonna make or break me in this one moment.
Facts.
But if I've got that, if I can just get that one to take off. We talked about him before, but Scott Seiss is another example, right? He's got that back catalog to back up the whole IKEA bit. And from there, man, like I was actually thinking about it either yesterday or today. And it's not anything of it's not me saying, oh, I'm done with stand-up or anything. It's just an appreciation for what it is. In that comedy is such a vehicle. And it takes you, from what I've noticed in so many dudes I admire and have seen, it takes you in so many different paths too, right? Like some cats do hosting all the time. They do hosting locally at the clubs, then they do hosting at corporate events, and then they do hosting at, local raceways, whatever the case might be. And it just opens up so many doors that you're like, okay.
Not thought of that before. So like, and everybody around me know, I fucking despise hosting. Oh, I hate hosting so much. Not even, and I'm gonna be honest with you. So it has nothing to do with it. Okay, a better way of saying it. It had nothing to do with, oh, I think I'm past that. It had nothing to do with it. I just talked to Mike Stewart recently today. Mike Stewart is a comic out of Baltimore that travels to like Canada and stuff. And I remember a long time ago, Mike was telling me about how Canada, the hosts of the shows are normally actual headliners, not the headliner, but they're normal headliners, like local headliners that host the show. The mid slot is normally the guys that aren't as good, and then the headliner comes up. And I was like, why do they do that? And he was like, yo, because they can control, as a headliner, you learn how to control the tempo, right? If the opening act or the host is too new, then say the feature comes out and bombs, the host can't bring it back up to the level for the headliner. You get what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. So they like to use local headliners as hosts because and then I moved out to New York, and when I moved out here, I realized that all of the fucking headliners were fucking hosts. Like a lot of the people that were headline, like Will Civil,
Sylvans.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about John, but I can't remember his last name. But either way, it's a lot of the guys out here that host would headline on the road. Tate Winston, like who we got coming to DuPont Underground.
Right.
they're headliners at clubs, right? But out here they host a lot, right? And Dirk Gaines and David Temple host Black Ass Comedy Show, which I was on yesterday. It was fucking fire, right? And so you realize that like a lot of these guys host, and the reason why is Rashawn just put it up because hosting helps build your muscle, right? But not just that, hosting legit lets you play.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's still in the same frame of what she was saying, but it really lets you play, and it's just like going to the gym and just shooting around, and then now you're like, oh shoot, I can make that shot. You see what I'm saying? And so like
Yeah.
I started going back in love with hosting because now I
Yeah.
get the time to go host because up here I'm on a mission, so I don't really play
Yeah.
around too much. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's why I always loved hosting, man. Was from the first time I did it, I was like, okay, this is cool. I like the fact that it's not about me, but I get to still play around and be me. I think that's where I operate best in life is to let somebody take the spotlight, but I'm helping out along the way, man. I'm the production manager or some shit. Like I'm
Right, right,
cool as
right.
fuck with that. So when that happens, that's the best feeling as the host. So that's what always had me sucked in. And people don't like as far as like regular, if you don't know about comedy, a lot of people don't understand how much goes into hosting. And a lot of people don't understand just that in that the host isn't supposed to make it about them. The host isn't supposed to tear the house down with their funny. They're supposed to get you to giggle pretty
Right.
good, get you lighthearted and ready to laugh. But then that's where you keep it even keel, pass that mic to the first comic, and then keep that motherfucker rolling.
And keep
But
it
it's about
burning, baby.
everybody else and not you. And that's where I think it's the most fun because it's just that you're shooting shots.
Shout out, Shep.
What's up,
And
Shep?
me and Shep, like I've talked about this on the podcast before, right? Um, Me and Shep did a show like 4 years ago, right? And again, not supposed to fucking host, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else was supposed to host, and it was supposed to be a feature comic. And then out of nowhere, both the people that were supposed to be there, Shep is closing it out. Both the people that were supposed to be there fucking bail on us, right? We got like 40 people, 30 people in the room, and fucking I literally had to literally host line and Shep had the feature close. But it was one of those things that like if I didn't host, I would not have been able to do. So then I
Right.
wanted to stop hosting because I'm like, yo, I can feel more relaxed. I can, and it is true, right? When I'm putting on shows and shit, right? It is still hard hosting while putting
Yeah.
on a show, right? Because there's so many things happening. I remember we had Stay Fair. I'm trying to make sure Tony's straight. Tony's asking, can this person go up? I'm trying to make sure Tink's straight. I'm trying to figure out why we outside in a goddamn thunderstorm underneath a tent and not in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but I'm still hosting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so that part, like running the show and hosting the show at the same time, that shit is mad annoying. But I do like the fact that, like DuPont, I don't have to do any of that stuff. They already do. They take care of everything. I get them the lineup and we move on. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like hosting there is like a lot more fun. So, but I love hosting. And like I said, at the end of the day, back to just to bring it all back in, you don't know what is going to put you, what's going to be your, you know what I'm saying? Your bomb that goes off that like that puts you in the stratosphere.
Yep.
And it's like, if I could host, like, what if let's be honest, right? Let's just be honest about this right now, right? If say we do something and in 2 months, everybody knows our fucking name, right? And then 2 months after that, they're like, yo, the Lincoln Theater wants you to close it out. And it hosts 2,000 people. Yeah, I'm a host. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm a host.
I'm not I'm
just,
not
I
shooting
know what it is.
myself in the foot with that. I'm not trying
Yeah,
to TI myself into comedy and right out of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't need that spotlight put right on me to just be like, yeah, nope, it wasn't his time. Move over here. Like, but
right.
that's part of the thing about being the host, as I go back to, is the unselfish aspect, man. Like, how many times have hosts ruined that spot on local shows because they make it about themselves. They make it about, oh, this is now my open mic time, and they're trying too much. They're on that hitting bricks outside the line and being like, oh no, this is still cool. I'm gonna keep shooting this. Like, nope, come on, bro. You gotta
Yo, but
tap it out. Let's go.
that's the thing though, right? You don't learn that's like there's certain stuff that you won't learn until you do. I didn't. I would never have learned never to move to fucking New York until I did it. I hated everyone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hated everybody telling me you don't have to leave to go to New York, and I was like, yo, shut the fuck up. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and that's not a disrespect to anybody, but it was like a whole rack of people who never did it that was telling me not to do it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
And you were like,
I
I
was
got
like,
to find out for myself.
God, dude, y'all, a lot of people told me not to run shows. A lot of people
Yep.
told me not to work with people to do the festival. A lot of people
Yep.
told me a lot of different things. So it's like, dog, like you got to do what you got to do, and until you go out there and do it, you don't know that you shouldn't. You don't know that it won't work out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Fact.
with that being said, a lot of these local hosts that like until they go and shout, love you, girl. So until they go out and try these things on stage, they will never know, oh, I probably shouldn't do that. You
Yeah.
get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's why I love it's a show called Black X Comedy Show. I just brought it up. David Temple and Derek Gaines. Right. Again, once again, shout them out. They let me go, they asked me to go up yesterday. I just came to chill and they put me up. It was just an amazing show, right? But a lot of times they'll put up guys and they'll let them burn.
Hmm.
And it's like, dog, now you got a real audience in front of you. You got to work. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people bomb horribly. Like, I luckily had enough stuff in the bag where I didn't. So, like, the first time I went up, they put me in a spot to bomb horribly, and I ripped. The second time they put me up, they gave me the closeout spot. Like, you never know what's, you know what I'm saying? You never know what's going to happen. So it's like, but if you don't build, like Rashawn said, if you don't build that muscle
Yeah.
to go up on stage a lot and try dumb stuff, right?
Yeah.
You never know what you could and could not be. You know what I'm saying? But I do, and like this is the one thing I tell comics this shit all the time, right? Take take the shit that works for you and let the other shit go through your ear. You don't have to debate everybody. You don't have to complain about everybody. I like debating everybody because I think some of them are stupid as shit, and I've lived the shit. So leave me the fuck alone.
And sometimes I got time to do that shit.
And sometimes I got time today. Yeah, sometimes I got time, bro.
I just got the time.
But
And-
but at the same time, it's like when you younger or something, like, dude, don't waste your energy. It's no point. Let them
Yeah.
say what they gotta say, okay, and move the fuck on.
Well, especially because like everybody creates on such a different scale, anyways, right? Like I've realized, especially as I've aged, as much as I like to read, the writing part for me has never been a fun thing. Like not in the fact that like I can't do it or any of that stuff. It's just it's hard for me to sit down and be like, all right, I'm finna write jokes that are going to be jokes that I take to stage, because I can sit here and write jokes all day. I can run through newspaper stuff and write, hey, here's your setup, here's the punchline, here we go. Excuse me, I can do that stuff, but it's so much more difficult to be like, oh, out of what I wrote, that's going to be something I actually want to perform in front of people. I get my inspiration by talking. I get it by bullshit. I let things rattle around in here for a bit, and then it like pieces fall in together. And when I found that some of my favorite mics, when you do open mics, um, were those mics that allowed more than the 5 minutes, because they'd allow you to just kind of play that rattle around and be able to do whatever, because they're not going to yank that time for you.
I see, like, and this is, I'll be honest with you, bro. The one thing I started realizing about all of these open mics that I hate going to is people really don't use open mics as a practice field. And so when you
Right.
go in there and you do, right, and you're using your writing session to just talk and, like, you know what I'm saying, see if the shit on your like, they judge if you're funny or not.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, you think we're on the same level. Got it. I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. I'm a nice guy. I can hang with everybody, right?
Yep.
I hang with older, I hang with younger. I'm good to go. Not all of us. I know who's funnier than me and I know who's not. Do you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the one scary part about open mics is like people are now putting you in the category of, man, is he funny though? Like, really, dog? Like, I'm working. So that's what I mean. Like with hosting, I get this. Okay, don't worry about it. I get to
Yeah.
figure that shit out while I'm on stage.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But it's like, all right, because if I lose, I know I can get you back.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like a
That's
lot of these people started coming out for the shows and they know who I am. So it's easier to be like, all right, boom, let me just throw this one drink. Oh, I gotta laugh at that one part. All right, let me see if I can go a little bit further. Oh, gotta laugh at that one part. All right, let me see if I can go a little bit further. You get what I'm saying? And then,
yeah.
but at the open mics out here, I go to real life. I go to the real rinky-dink, low late night mics, out of the way mics that people people don't really know people, right? And then be like, all right, it's three people in this room. Let me just talk. Let me do this. Let me do this one
That's
joke
what I'm
real quick.
saying. Those are
See if
those are
this
the
shit
best ones.
works.
I like the laid back ones for that exact reason, because then I get to just jumble it and then come up with stuff. That's where my magic happens. But that's where I think, like, when you get a good hosting spot, that's where it blends the two beautifully, right? Because you have the beautiful aspect of a show, so you have a crowd that's there, they're ready to laugh, they're ready to have fun. You get that, so they're going to be a great gauge for what you want from what you would have at like an open mic type. So when you
Right,
do throw out that joke to see how it works, because you've been rattling around in your brain and it lands or it doesn't, you got a real-time reaction, not just two comics that are worried about their set or talking about, the girl they're trying to, pork from, however many mics ago or some shit. You know what I
right.
mean? Like, that's the beauty of a good hosting spot. It's got that perfect balance of the two.
Yo, Anthony Oaks just went in on the comment. Jesus Christ, though.
Yeah.
Yo, I hate when people hype up at an open mic. This guy right here is a killer. He's super funny. He's done this. He's done that. Me runs new material I've never done before.
I mean, facts, bro. Like that. Like I never understood why so many people use open mics, and it's everywhere that I've seen. Maybe it's not up there in New York, but it's everywhere I've seen. I've never understood why these guys go into open mics and do the same five every fucking time.
Okay.
Like, you're here at an open mic to work new, like, at least throw in two new jokes in that five. Like, at least throw in two, unless you're preparing for a show coming up, which I get that and I forgive that. But come on, man. You gotta no, that's
All
not
right.
acceptable.
So I'm gonna say this, and
Don't
it's
do
just
it.
my opinion. You gave yours. I'm gonna give mine in an adequate level, right?
You're gonna Jerry Seinfeld me is what you're gonna do. Well, people pay for the act. I don't need to polish up new jokes. Let me do these same ones for 40 years and pay people, or make people pay $150 for tickets. Fuck out of
Listen,
here,
listen,
Jerry
bro.
Seinfeld.
Listen, bro. You
Fuck
can
ass
never
bitch.
you can never you can never make your joke perfect ever. You can
Facts.
always you can perfectly work at it, but you can never make your joke perfect. And so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm starting to realize not now. Every time I see you, you doing the same exact joke. I get it, right?
Yeah.
But we don't
Cut that
listen
shit out.
as comics. But this is the thing: as comics, we don't listen to motherfuckers that you know what I'm saying. We don't listen to their jokes enough to realize when people are adding and taking away. Now, once the joke is like you are a headliner, you traveling type shit, I get it. But as an open micer, bro, perfect the joke. I'm not like keep working on a joke. I'm not mad at
Nope.
you, yo.
No,
I'm
no, no,
sorry,
no,
bro.
no.
I can't do it no more.
Change the shit up. Change. Don't
Yo,
come.
you don't have to.
Don't, like,
Why?
no.
Why?
Here's the thing. Because this even ties back into that hustle culture article that we talked about a while ago. Because how many of these guys are going to talk about they're hustling their ass off, but that's all they're doing is they're doing the same 5 minutes at one spot in Adams Morgan is the same that they're doing off in Northwest, and they're doing the same damn thing in Southeast or wherever they're doing it, because it's the same 5 fucking minutes. Oh, I was at 4 mics last night. Okay, and they were mics. You didn't try a new joke out, my guy. What the fuck are you doing?
But that's what. And so this is my point, though, right? Everybody's process is different. Are they writing now? If you saying this person ain't writing, then or this person ain't coming up with new jokes at all, then I agree with you, right? I'll give you that. But if the person's writing, the person's working, and the person's trying to like, I literally and Damo Hicks told me this when I first started doing comedy. I try to go after 15 minutes every year. That is my goal. That's it. So if you really think about it, I'm just being honest with you. If you
That's
really think
facts,
about
though.
it, 5-minute mics, that's only 3 different sets. And we both know that I do long jokes. So literally, that's probably like a joke and a half, maybe. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Not
right.
like, and I added to the arsenal so I can, and I figure out how to finagle it where I can put both. I did it yesterday. Like I got 2 different jokes that don't even correlate, and I just finagled through the jokes just to make them get back to one. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we all do it, right? So, but the only way that you can do it is if you do that shit so many times, you can't do the joint wrong. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, so do I get mad at it or do I get annoyed at it? No, because I really don't listen to comics. So I don't know what comics. I'm being so real about it. That's why I guess that's why I'm with this. I don't listen to comics at open mics no more. Me personally, when I go to like the random small open mics, I do new shit, right? Or I'll do shit. I'll just talk about my day. Like I don't give a fuck. Right? Let me just talk about my day. Maybe something in my day was fucking funny. Like we all know the outside of the comedy club, why the show's going on is always the funnest part anyway. Let's just be honest about it,
Facts.
right? Like the inside is more for the comic that's on stage and the people who brought friends. Other than that, outside is where it's at. That's why I never got with comics that were like, I need everybody inside. Hey, bitch, you should probably promote this thing and then try to get people in here. And if you can't, stop doing the show. I don't know what to tell you. All right. But for me to be a comic and then you're trying to make me come inside so I can laugh at this nigga's jokes for the 80th time. No, that's not
That's what
fucking happening,
that's what
bro.
I'm saying, man. Like I can hear your jokes 80 times and probably still laugh, but not when it's 80 times in the same fucking format. It drives me
But that's my
nuts.
I get you, but I don't need to hear it once. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
No,
certain people
yeah,
it's certain people who I couldn't tell you a joke it is before I book them. I'm just being real about it.
yeah,
You can tell if somebody's funny by what people are looking like, how people are reacting to that person.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Like I hear them laughing. Okay, the crowd going crazy. Let me walk back in. Let me see what's happening because the crowd's going crazy. You see what I'm saying? But if the crowd ain't laughing, I'm not coming back in there. Oh, it's an audience and nobody's laughing. Nah, I'm not coming back in there, bro.
Right.
Like that's just me. And now I don't have to be like, oh man, I don't think you got the right stuff. No, I don't have to worry about none of that shit. That's just me. That's my opinion. So, like, if you want to be the comic that goes on stage and you're trying to perfect the joke and you do it 80 times the same exact way, first off, you're stupid because to do the same thing and expect different results is insanity in the first place. Let's just be honest about it, right? So if you ain't getting jokes on the fifth time you did it that way, and now you're on the 75th time that you did it that way, I have nothing for you. I'm not gonna book you, so I don't really care.
That's
You
all
know
I'm
what I'm saying?
saying.
Like
Just do
I don't
yourself a favor. Either get
but
new jokes
but
or get the fuck
but
off the
this is
stage.
the other bitch
That's it.
to it. But this is the other bitch to it, right? This is the flip side to it. I see a lot of these comics that I hear that do the same jokes over and over get booked at clubs. So how
Yep.
can you say that they're doing it wrong? You see what I'm saying? Like
Hey,
there's no path,
you're
there's
right.
no correct path until you say,
I can still hate on it though. All I want. I don't give a
yeah, I
damn.
mean, nigga, that's your opinion. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, my opinion is correct here too, because
Okay.
the thing about this
Hold the
is
sticks.
that's just some hoe ass shit, but that's okay. I don't care.
Yo, all right, let's talk about some whole ass shit. I don't know if it's some whole ass shit, but I'm gonna probably get in trouble for it. Yo, didn't J Lo just have a boyfriend?
So for those of y'all that don't know, this is the episode of I'm gonna get in trouble podcast where we travel back in time. It's 1997, so we're gonna set the scene. Ben
Huh?
Affleck. Ben Affleck is a top tier actor in the 90s, coming out hard with Armageddon. He's an action star. Things are popping off for this dude, and then bam, he hits one of the In Living Color girls. You know, she's got hot hit singles in the 90s coming out, like you know the songs, all right? I
Yeah,
don't know them,
boy. Yeah, I
but
wanted to see how
yeah,
you
they
was gonna
were
take that one.
they were
I
hot
literally was gonna
songs.
see how your take on
There
it,
were
how
hot
your
songs
take
in
on
the
this went.
90s, something about being I'm real. I know she did something with Ja Rule. All right. Y'all know what
She
the
did a
fuck
lot of
I'm
shit with
talking
Ja Rule.
about. Jenny from the block. Yeah, she did shit like that. Okay. That old bitch. She is with old dude, Ben Affleck, the actor that we
Old
were
dude.
just talking about.
Old
Look,
dude.
man, it's 97. Ben Affleck and J-Lo are back together, and
Why are they in the news though? I don't
I don't
understand why this popped up on our fucking thing. J-Lo has been. Why are dudes still dating J-Lo? Like,
why
why are
like
you publicly dating J-Lo at this point?
yeah, how are
This
you
is not
getting
to say anything about
bamboozled?
J-Lo. She's still bad at 50,
Yeah,
but she's still bad at 50.
yeah,
Like,
for
she's
sure.
bad.
At 50, like how is she still bamboozling dudes out of freaking
Samaria,
engagement rings, man?
dog.
Like
No, hold
million
on.
dollar
I'm sorry. So you
engagement
had Ben
rings.
Affleck
Just
first. You got Mark Anthony. Then you got who is it? Who's the other
Alex
dude?
Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez. Now you back to Ben Affleck. You had Diddy. Diddy shot somebody for or got Shine to shoot somebody for you.
Yep. And she dissed him back in a song with Ja Rule.
Dude, I see.
Kind
Listen,
of.
I literally
Yeah.
talked about this the other day. Excuse me. I really wish I could come across a girl that I would like murder everyone for. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever, you know what I'm talking about? Like these dudes that like,
Nope.
you don't get what I'm saying? Like these
I get
dudes
what
that
you're
like,
saying. I don't want
dog,
that
I
though.
just want it.
I don't want
just
that in my life.
No, I
No.
don't want her to leave because then I would have to kill everyone.
That's my fucking point. I've said this. Like, I am stuck. Look.
No, I just want the chick that I'll be like, yo, if she leave, I'm gonna kill everybody.
No,
And she
that's
never
why I say I
leaves.
don't want that. I don't want that. I
I
want
that chick.
want mediocre vagina for the rest of my life because I don't want to be hanging out in trees and jail cells over the weekends because I can't keep my pee in my pants. None of that. I don't need any of that stuff going on. No, I don't need it.
I just want it. I'm not listen again.
Nope.
I don't want her to leave.
I get it, but she could leave.
She could leave.
That's exactly my point. Is
But
she
could
leave,
what
and
if
that
she
means
stays?
now I've got to go off the fucking deep end because old bitch just had to have like the holy grail of vagina.
Nigga,
No,
I think J-Lo has like one of the holy grails of vaginas, nigga.
I understand. I mean, it has to be something again because
Nigga,
I will say this.
Did you see Hustler? Did you see Hustler, bro?
Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
Bro, she did that at 50, bro.
This is why I'm saying, like, I keep using the word because I'm emphasizing it. I don't understand how she is bamboozling grown men out of multi-million-dollar engagement
she got the
rings.
pussy you kill everybody for. Everybody.
I mean, she's still Jenny from the block, clearly.
She got the pussy.
She's still Jenny from the block who's still down to take you for a fucking rock.
Dog,
Damn.
Ben Affleck did Gone Girl. And I'm like, dog, you don't see the sign, son? These the tall tales.
Dude, I don't get it. Like, all right, man. I mean, I guess.
Yo, but listen, I'm gonna be honest. If they ask me to move in, I'm there, son. You know what I mean? Like,
adopt me.
But okay. So, all right, this some real shit, right? I don't understand why we're so fascinated with celebrity life, right? But I am still fascinated with celebrity life, right? In the sense of, I'm trying to really figure out how I just saw J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez doing fucking TikToks and buying the Marliners. You remember they bought the baseball team, right? Didn't they buy the baseball team together or some shit like that?
Yeah. And at least part owners. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, at least like part owners, some shit.
No, they gave it. So then they gave it up.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it up, and then out of nowhere, boom, she was with Ben Affleck.
I really, I don't know, man. It's got to be like trust fund pussy, like something like that. Like there's got to be like a ridiculous insurance policy on her 50-year-old vagina because in no way. And look, man, I'm just going to say what it is. Ladies, I don't mean any disrespect. I mean no disrespect. But the reason that men cheat and they always cheat down is because it feels the same. And why do I got to do the same amount of work and be all respectful and polite when I could just downgrade a little bit and get the same effect? Like, that's the whole fucking thing here. So why are they wasting money on 50-year-old J-Lo puss? I don't get it. But this is where we are.
That's what it was. Okay, because I had to look it up for a second because I remember seeing some shit on this, right? Alex Rodriguez, they buy the Marliners, right? But then he gets a chance to buy the Timberwolves. And him and Floyd Mayweather bought the Timberwolves. with like another investment group. But I think A-Rod and Floyd are like the top two majority, or A-Rod's
That's
company
right.
is the majority owners or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Like, so it was just like, and then I don't know, like maybe work got in the way, and Ben was like, fuck this Batman shit. I
Dude.
can't do it anymore. Then he
No,
came out with a movie where he was coaching the white boys in the Catholic joint, which actually was a good movie. Where he was a drunk and he was coaching white boys. Because I'm gonna be
yep,
honest,
yep.
it was a good movie because he wasn't coaching black kids. Like they weren't, the whole team wasn't black, and I appreciate that.
You
Right?
you don't miss those movies like all
No,
the
don't miss
Coach
him at all.
Carters and
Dog,
Remember the
talking about
Titans.
that, just being honest with you, talking about that, right? I used to love those movies, right? Until you get older and you realize, like,
The stories
oh
are
shit, I
bullshit.
thought all my white teachers were the best teachers. This is
The, s-
bullshit,
the
yo.
stories are all bullshit. Yeah. Like when I first found out, like Coach Boone of Remember the Titans, I guess, was like this really terrible asshole. Like he
Oh
only
no, he was
lasted a
bad.
couple seasons because he was such an asshole to like the kids. And, like
Yeah.
they won like in spite of the dude.
No. It wasn't because they didn't win in spite of him. He was, but they were like, I guess, like he was like a tremendous asshole.
Yeah, like
Like
grade A asshole.
yeah, but I mean, like, but some people are assholes, bro, and like that's why I don't
Agreed.
take other people's accounts, right? Because if people talk to you about me, they'll be like, "Oh, Eddie's definitely an asshole." They don't
Mhm.
realize that I'm only an asshole to people that I know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
like that person could have like stole his flower, and then he cussed him the fuck out, and now he was an asshole. So we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, so I take that shit as a grain of salt. But yeah, I didn't. All those movies with the white saviors were just like, and I wonder if it was just like the first couple was okay, and then it just became a thing. I think when the substitute came out, the second substitute came out, that was when it was over. That's what I feel. You remember?
I mean, Bill Burr even has that bit about it, right? Like once they got to the swim team, like I just stopped fucking caring. Like
Yeah.
it's along that line of like, okay, how many times, like, because they literally did it across the board. They did it with football, they did it with basketball, they did it with coaching because they did it with Dangerous Minds, they did it with 187, they did it with Stand By Me, they
Damn.
did it with The Substitute, they did it with
But let's be honest though. The substitute was hard. I don't give a fuck
yeah,
what
yeah,
anybody
yeah,
said.
yeah. The
Substitute was
Substitute for yeah,
hard. He
sure.
fucked some people up. And then
So
the
was
substitute 2 was just like, come on, son. Then it was
yeah.
substitute 3. Are we serious right now?
But yeah, man, they stayed doing shit like this
Ain't
where
no
they're
white
like,
dude beating the shit out of all these gangsters
yeah,
on the regular, nigga.
ain't no fucking way, man. No, like no,
Not on the
no.
regular, nigga. Shut the fuck
And
up.
ain't
Get
no
the fuck
fucking
out of here,
Michelle
yo.
Pfeiffer hanging out in the inner city with a fucking backwards do rag.
Right. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Like it's just like I hate to tell y'all white people out there, but rap music is not necessarily the way to connect with black folks. Like I realize some of y'all might think that, but don't just go around blasting fucking hip hop and being like, "Hey, buddy, let's be friends. I
Dog.
also like this."
Oh, that's funny as fuck, bro. That's funny. Who was that? Tom Berenger.
Yeah,
That was the original substitute.
yep. He was in Platoon, man. He was one of the squad leaders in Platoon,
And then they
and
kicked him out. They kicked him out and got Trent Williams. And then
yeah.
it was like, all right, come on, yo, relax, son. And then they got the nigga from what's that TV show on Showtime that everybody loves?
Oh man, what was that dude's name?
I forgot his name, yo. Hold on. I'm about to find it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the substitute. Winner takes all.
yeah, dude. Like, no,
Yeah, that's Trent Williams. Yo,
they took the shit too far, man.
yo,
Like,
it got progressive. It got less and less white people and black people in the movie.
I imagine now, man. This whole bit. I don't know if you follow the news where everybody's talking about like critical race theory,
Oh
and
boy.
if you're familiar with that at all, it's fucking impossible to find really anything that's not biased about it, because it's like all the information out there is just so politicized, it seems, and it's like, okay, whatever. But with that, it kind of makes you wonder if critical race theory is going to have us do like opposite of those movies, right? of how it was like we're celebrating Remember the Titans. Now we want to forget them on this back scale of like this
Dog.
whole ordeal.
I'm not even lying to you, bro. Like I don't know if there was a movie. For some reason, I just feel Samuel would have killed this back in the day. Like Samuel Jackson as a teacher. Wasn't he a teacher in the
He
movie?
did. It was 187, wasn't it?
Was that 187?
I'm pretty sure it was. God damn it! Was it 187 or was it?
I want Samuel as a teacher. No, for white kids in a hood.
187.
I want to reverse the roles, the race roles.
Where you got a black teacher in what suburban fucking America? Like
yes, and the white kids are in the hood, and Samuel's just beating the shit out of white kids.
It'd be like a really shitty wife swap. It'd be like class swap. You have like everybody from wherever fucking southeast or some shit go to like Waldorf.
Dude, I want it where I'm not gonna lie to you. I want it where if you don't know the slang words, you can't get a job.
You'd be out there, be like, are you familiar with the term? Can I do something for you, Slim? I don't have any weight issues.
Like I want Ebonics to be the main. I mean, because honest to God, it already is. If people don't want to look up grammar, but that's neither here nor there. On how you say things, not how about like my grammar is horrible and my spelling is horrible. My spelling is shitty because
you're aware.
Yeah. I write how I talk. It's very bad. I write exactly how I talk. You is just the letter U, nigga. No. Like I mean, like you ever like listen to like the history of grammar, bro? That drain will fuck your head up, fam.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like it will fuck. Ain't was a word before it was a word, right? They took it away. It used to be a word, and then the rich people figured that the waiters and shit started saying it, and they changed the word up. Like that's what these motherfuckers used to do back in the day. Rich motherfuckers would talk in certain dialects, and then when people would figure out the dialect, they would just naturally change the motherfucking dialect.
Yeah,
and now we're like, oh, you don't talk proper. How about you go back in time and get a slave like your uncle, you piece of shit? How about that? How about you go live in the time that you motherfuckers was ruling shit? Because you don't rule shit no more, motherfucker. All right, I'm done. Listen, I just want a movie where Ebonics is the shit.
I just want to appreciate the fuck out of this random ass comment for a quick second. It says, your ad really touched my heart. I'd love to buy the couch to help you reach your financial goal for tickling random people's belly buttons. Thank you for providing nothing of substance and value. Thank you so much. It's very much appreciated.
We just get hit by a bot again.
It provided nothing of value, but thanks.
Dude, I swear to God, I really do want to get. I want a movie where everything, all the race roles are reversed. I know they made a movie like this, but I don't think they went in depth. And I want, you know what? Give me Idris Elba as the teacher. I'll be fine with it. Give me the substitute role reverse.
But he needs to play like Stringer Bell. That's the type of role he needs to play. Be like Stringer Bell as the teacher.
Dude, I want the substitute prep edition where these white boys think they running shit and they just keep getting their ass.
God, man. I hope there's plenty of white boys that I hope they get their ass whooped. So we'll segue that into another segment that we wanted to talk about of white boys getting that ass whooped. We got to take it in there. You know it's that
got
thing.
This whole fucked up. I'm telling you now, you got it fucked up. But go ahead.
Look,
Go ahead, Buck.
Bellator CEO Scott Coker said that he would allow the Paul brothers to fight in the Bellator MMA.
Yep.
Your thoughts on that?
They should do it. Fuck you talking about?
Do you think they will?
I don't know. I don't. So like, there's a viral clip going out with Logan talking to Dana,
Yep.
and was like, "Yo, would you let me fight in the UFC?" And Dana was like, "I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say because this is what this. I think we talked about the Logan brothers before, right? I mean the Paul
Mhm.
brothers, but they the Logan brothers. We talked about the
Basically.
Paul brothers before, right? Dude was a D1 wrestler, bro, beforehand,
Yep.
right? Him and his brother both were wrestlers in high school beforehand. Now, did they really were they professionals? No. But we do know they got the work ethic. Would they win in Bellator? Maybe. Would they win in the UFC? Not anything over. Depends on what weight class they go in, but I don't think anything over the top eight.
No, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, like just being honest, like the top eight in almost every weight class is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I think what is Logan Paul 190 something? So
He's
that
right
puts him.
around in there.
Yeah, that's gonna put him at heavyweight. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He-
saying? And I think he wanted to fight Khabib, which is even worse of a decision to ever fucking make.
I don't
Like,
even believe I believe literally like 20% of what they say. It's like with Logan or not Logan, Jake when he challenged, I think it was Jake, challenging Mike Tyson to one of the boxes on
no, they
Thriller and
didn't
all of that.
challenge. I think he said he would love to fight Mike Tyson, but it was like an exhibition one.
Yeah.
But I think
Either
he wanted
either
like
way.
yeah, I don't think he wanted to do that as a professional bout. Like I think he wanted to do that to say I fought one of the greatest and didn't die. Kind
Yeah.
of like when Logan fought Mayweather. Like I fought one of the greatest and I didn't die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
So
it's the motherfuckers that are going out in the wilderness and like touching bears on the butt and running off. Like that's literally what they're doing. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
basically, yeah. And so for me, it'll be interesting to see how it goes because the CEO for Bellator already said like, hey, we're not going to allow you to touch anybody that's a champ in line for a champ, any of that stuff. So it looks like Bellator is willing to work with him. I've seen a couple of Bellator fights, and while I don't necessarily hate on them, their presentation is lacking in the visual aspect I think that UFC has.
Yeah. Their marketing setup is it's a dude that can dress good and a dude that can't. Like that's really all it
It
is.
really is.
Like Bellator doesn't dress as good as UFC. Simple.
But it's just
Like
one of those
Bellator
things that
still
just
like don't get it fucked up. Bellator got some fighters.
oh for sure.
Bellator's Bellator has always had some fighters.
Oh, for sure.
But I think WCW was the best look alike UFC, and then UFC bought the ass. So, but Bellator, I think they don't have the sexiness of UFC yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I do like the fact that they're still out there, just like the bare knuckle boxing guys. Like I just like the fact that they're there.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Like you're the and one to the NBA, but you're still fucking and one. You know what I'm saying? Like you always go down as history as and one,
You still
right?
have you still have like a pipeline to the big league, right?
Right.
That's where it's like I can't fully discredit things with Bellator. It just always lacks that additional flair that makes me feel like it's a well
But it
packaged final product.
because you got to say like this is what it is. I'm gonna be honest about it, right? Um, how I put it, the cellar, the cellar is the premier spot in New York, right?
Right.
Everybody wants to get in the cellar. Now everybody wants to get in other clubs to get paid and get time, but everybody's main goal is to get into the cellar, right? So on that block, though, you have the Grizzly player. Around the corner, you have the Lantern, the comedy shop. You have the Stand. You have Comedy New York. You have New York Stand Up. You have Broadway. Oh, you have Greenwich Village over there as well.
Mm.
Why do I bring that up? You have a lot of different clubs that you want to get into, or
Mhm.
that you can get into, or you know what I'm saying, if you work your way up. But everybody wants to be in the fucking cellar. The sexiness of being in the cellar is if you ever go into the cellar underneath the olive tree, it is fucking tiny. Nigga, there's no bathroom upstairs. You literally have to walk. Like if you go to the restaurant, you have to walk through the comedy club to go to the bathroom. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
it's an appeal. Like it's sexy. Why is it sexy? Because everybody said it was sexy. That's why it's fucking sexy. You see what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
shop, the belly room at the shop is at the store in LA is small. It's cramped. It has no real like. You wouldn't be like, oh man, I want to build my room like this. Like no,
Mm-hmm.
but it's sexy.
Right.
Why? Because we said it was sexy. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? UFC is sexy because we said it was sexy.
Well,
Bellator just ain't that.
I,
Like,
th-
it's
I
that
think
simple.
I think it's pretty simple in that term, but also too, I think not all the time, but more frequently, I see in Bellator. Bellator seems to have a larger disparity in the talent on the card, whereas you don't get that in UFC. Like if I'm watching prelims in UFC, I'm
Right,
tending to see a good fight. That's gonna
right,
be how it be.
right.
Bellator's at 50-50, I feel like, because you have such varying levels of fighter, particularly outside of their top 8 to 10. It's a start clip drop. Just so I
Out of
think that
Bellators,
also, yeah, out of Bellator.
nah, UFC's the same, bro. A lot of people can't name anybody in the bottom 10
Sure,
in the
but at
UFC.
least their prelims at least are more visually appealing. Like at their
That's
lower level
yeah, that's
fights,
my point.
their fight cards are very much they feel like they're thrown together hastily
Right.
for Bellator, as opposed to UFC's like, oh, this looks good, and
Not
we're
yeah,
gonna
I
get
mean like
something good here.
the gate is better. The was
Yeah,
it but and Dana White talks about that shit, right? Like, dude, you do understand that these motherfuckers was going bankrupt before ESPN got them out of debt,
yeah,
which I didn't even know. We none of us knew. You know why? Because they did. You know what it is? The better equivalent to Bellator and UFC. We're Bellator.
yeah.
I'm gonna get Flagrant 2 is UFC. What's the difference? Is it the chemistry? No. They went and got us. They put the money behind it. Went and got a studio. Put the cameras in front. They have really quality cameras. They have quality mics.
Fact.
They all can do the time together. They can do it live in person. All of these things. Bellator is like, all right, you know what? We're gonna go smarter with our money. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna do smarter. We're gonna build it up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have longevity,
Yep.
and then we're gonna outlast the UFC. All right, cool. We're gonna outlast the UFC. All right, these motherfuckers going bankrupt. We're gonna be able to catch these motherfuckers in this. ESPN bought them. Get the fuck out of here, right? Like that's, I mean, but that's what it is, right? Like
That's the
that's the
story of
part
the
of
game.
investing into the business. You know what I'm saying? That
Yep.
it's a risk. We
Yep.
don't know where that risk gonna come from. We just did what we could do. Like we didn't got the money to just go out and buy a studio and fly across country to make
All
a
facts.
podcast work. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
just being real, we just ain't got that money. So it's like we did what we did with the best we got, and we're gonna upgrade. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start upgrading some shit later, and so on and so on and so. And you build and you build and you build, and hopefully you get the cameras that the UFC has. You can build out the fucking arena that the UFC has, and you can go. You know what I'm saying? You can
And
tell
just
people, "Oh, we the only ones with the best fighters, motherfucker."
and
Like that's
don't
literally what they
do
did.
and don't hire another Bruce Banner, because I swear that dude is overpaid to just do the corniest shit ever. Just the corniest shit ever, man.
What you talking about?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Do
That dude
Bellator do
makes
them?
no. I'm saying don't
Oh
do
no,
that.
no, you talking about his
Don't
brother?
do that. Just don't do it.
Yeah,
Just if
and
Bellator, if
it's
you ever get to the
time.
point, yeah, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. That dude makes an exorbitant amount of money just saying that shit for the corniest line in the history of ever.
It's time.
Yeah, that whole thing. That whole thing. You
Listen,
love it. You probably love
listen,
it.
bro. It gets the people excited. Keeps them going.
Man,
Yeah,
I
keeps
hate it.
them going.
No,
Yo, what you got coming up, bro?
I got fucking jack and shit. Follow me nowhere because I'm a nobody.
Yo, you been putting out a lot of TikToks though.
Hey man, I'm out here working quietly.
Yo,
Quietly out here
I need them
working.
bitches to stop showing up on page. I don't want to not support my brothers, But you and Lloyd just pop up on my TikTok, and I'll be like, nigga, I'm not here for this. I'm here to talk about girls that left me and, and news stories that are funny to me.
Bitch, I'm out here trying to create on all levels. All right. Get on my level. I'm creating.
Nah.
Even throwaways.
Yo, if you're in the Baltimore area tomorrow, we got Stacey Carver at State Fair. Next week, we back at DuPont Underground with, I don't even know who I'm with now. Oh, Ashley Mayo's definitely going to be there, though. That's my homie. I think it's just me and Frankie. This is about to be fun.
Dope.
This is about to be fun. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, stay in trouble. We out of here.
That's why I'm mad with it. With it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it. That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it.